Well, welcome everybody, and thanks for joining us and listening to another episode of our Ecumen podcasts. We are joined today by a couple of very special guests. I have Bobby Coons with us today, one of our nurse educators, as well as Jessica Johnson, an RA who is working at Abaton, as well as myself. My name is Jessie Kauk. I'm one of the nurse educators in our clinical education team. And so, Bobby, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as well?
Sure, I sure can. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here today. My name is Bobby Coons, or Bobby Joe Coons. I have been a nurse with Ecumen for 20 years, and I've been with an Ecumen site for 22 years. I started as a nursing assistant, worked my way up, and became a nurse manager, did education through our site in Detroit Lakes, and then moved into the clinical education role.
Yeah. Bobby's our new addition to our education team. So we're super happy to have her on board and joining us today. And really, really excited to have a special guest with us, Jessica. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as well?
Yes, thanks for having me. My name is Jessica. I've been with Ecumen for about a year. I work at Abaton Mill City as a RA coach. I started out as a regular RA on call and then moved my way up and ended up taking a full-time position as the RA coach and just excited to grow from there.
That's awesome. Can you tell our audience what a coach is? I'm not sure everybody really might know what that is.
So what a coach is kind of like a leader position under the nurse and the RSC. We kind of help out where needed. We do a little extra tasks here and there, but we do the same job that everybody else does, but we give extra support to our team members that need it and training and
Exactly.
fun
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Very good. Yeah. And so one of our purposes behind having a podcast is to really reach our frontline direct care providers and offer them some support and encouragement. And along with that, that's one of the reasons we specifically are so excited to have Jess here today with us because we recognize truly how important that role of the direct care provider is. And we know along with that, that caregiving responsibility comes a lot of challenges and some difficult situations, of course, and we all encounter, as well as a lot of rewards too. You know, it can be a very rewarding job. So we want just to acknowledge that the work of the RA, the resident assistant, the work of our nursing assistants, it's really hard, right? It can be difficult. And so today we just wanted to share our stories and our perspectives on some of those challenges of working in this role in healthcare, as well as some of our most rewarding moments. So with that, I think I'm gonna turn it over to Bobby and let you share and go ahead and start off with some of your experiences.
Boy, when I started as a nursing assistant 22 years ago, I wasn't really sure. I knew that I was going to end up in healthcare, but I didn't really know where. And I started working at Ecumen, formerly Emmanuel Nursing Home, um, all those years ago, and literally fell in love with caregiving. I loved being there for the residents. It was my all-time most favorite job ever, but I wanted to know more. I wanted to grow more. And through my many roles, I've gotten to see residents grow and change, staff grow and change. And that's such a highlight. Getting to watch people learn and grow and watch the light shine through them as they're caregiving. There is nothing greater. I love it so, so much. I'm also a nursing assistant instructor for the DL site and working on getting the program out to other area sites too. And it's great. It's a dream of mine to be able to see it grow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and you can literally, when people finally figure it out, and they're in the moment with residents, oh, it is just amazing to see that. You can literally see that light shine.
That's so
And
neat.
yeah, it's just it's awesome. And I'm really proud and happy to be a part of that, and really happy to enhance that through our clinical education team.
Wow. Bobby, I tell you, I have been a nurse for 15 years and I've been in education for 10 years. And I swear, the way you speak about your passion for healthcare and education is just, it's just moving. I mean, you truly have a gift in nursing. So we love we love that you're part of our team now.
I'm so grateful that I get to be a part of this crew. It's so great. It's so great.
Do you
And
have anything? Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Do you have anything that stands out to you as like one of those big challenges that you faced, either as a nurse or an educator or
Yeah.
a CNA or whatever?
Boy, sometimes as an educator, sometimes it's tough, like getting people to understand the importance of getting their training done before they truly start working out on the floor. Which that can be a challenge when they just want to be there with their people. But really they need to know what to do before they start. It makes them feel so much more ready to go through all that training, to have that background knowledge.
Yeah, everyone's experiences and backgrounds, and it does contribute quite a bit to
Yeah.
how we interact with the people that we serve and work alongside with. So yeah, I can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Jess? Can you share with us either any stories on anything specifically challenging or rewarding or whatever your stories might be?
Oh, I know the most rewarding part is just the residents that we care for, I care for them as they were my own grandparent, because the grandparents are like the monarch of the family, and so we're here because I've been in that position taking care of my dad, um, with his health issues and how stressed it can be. And so as a care provider, we're there to basically help them help themselves. We're not here to take away their independence. We're here to help them, through their challenges and changes in life. And it's the most rewarding job I've ever done. I've done daycare and I've done fast food and I've done, hospitality. I mean, I've done it all, but healthcare is like my number one place I want to be at. Um, the most challenging part is just seeing them, especially the memory care residents, the changes, the dramatic changes. All of a sudden they can do this, and now all of a sudden you're having to do this for them, and they're not understanding, you know, what's going on and why we're doing what we're doing. And it's really hard to see them in their very last moment as well. That's the most challenging. They say you're not supposed to get attached to your residents, but it's so hard, you know. But again, this is healthcare is the most rewarding job, as hard as it can be, as stressed as it can be. Like seeing their smiles on their face is like what makes me want to come to work every day. So that's pretty. And
Yeah.
it's with the education part and training, some of it, a lot of it's common sense, but when you get some newbies that are fresh off the CNA floor and they're like, how do I stomach some of these, cares that we have to do? And I'm like, you just put your big girl pants on, you do it, It's like, it's something that you signed up for, and as hard as it can be, again, at the end of the day, it's rewarding.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's humans we're caring for, and I think you get a glimpse into that personal world of people, and it is really rewarding. I think I was kind of racking my brain about what were some challenges and what were some like those big things that stand out in my mind. And for me, it was the most rewarding part of being in healthcare was as a CNA when I worked as a nursing assistant. And I remember taking care of people, specifically one woman specifically who was actually in hospice, and it was a very small town, small facility, and so I was her primary CNA during the day. I worked 12-hour shifts routinely, and we took care of her. We took care of all of her needs, and it wasn't until years later that I kind of had a conversation with her husband after she deceased, and he said, you were her angels. You guys took care of her, and you helped her, and you helped us as the family members, and you kind of don't always realize the impact I think that you have on other people's lives when you're in the daily grind of doing all the things and getting all of your tasks done. But I think we as direct care providers and CNAs and RAs and nurses just have that opportunity to touch those people in ways that we don't even realize sometimes. So to be able to reflect on that experience, years later was like, that's really cool. I'm glad I was part of that, that woman's life, that family's life, that husband's life. So yeah, that was one of probably the most rewarding thing that always just comes to mind for me. Anything else, you guys, that you guys can think of as far as challenges or rewards?
Well, like some people think challenges are like with the family, because this is their family member and they've taken care of them, but they don't understand, some of the challenges that come with, dementia and Alzheimer's and getting older, and so it's really nice that there's support groups.
Yeah.
I know we
Yeah.
have one here at Abaton, group support group for spouses with
Sure.
their parents. Oh my goodness, with their family loved ones in
Yeah.
memory care.
We know
So
what you were talking about. We know what you meant.
it's nice to have that support for them too, because then they can have a better understanding,
Yeah.
to
And
what to expect when bringing your loved one to memory care or assisted living.
yeah. And we know the families can be challenging. It can be difficult, and that's one of the good things about those support groups, and being able to help navigate families kind of emotions and their feelings and their needs, their want to help, because almost always families, acting out of a place of love, they just feel at a loss almost on how to do that sometimes. And so yeah, I think that's where
You gotta
you
take
guys
everything
even
with a grain of
come in.
salt. With it.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, and that's it's part of why we do what we do, right? Is to have those interactions with the families and those residents and the people that we care for. Anything else you guys want to share on your roles as a care provider? Past experiences or anything like that?
Not that I can think of. I've
Well,
got lots and lots of great
I
stories.
I know that was
I could talk for weeks on end about
I
all the awesome stories about the sweet residents that I've cared for, and
I absolutely I hear you because
yeah.
because there are so many unique specific examples. How about we leave it with this? Why is it that you want to come to work every day? Bobby, I'll call on you first.
Boy, what drives me to come to work every day is I feel like I make a difference. I make an impact with what I do.
Yes, you do.
It's something, helping people learn in this current role, helping people learn to be better nursing assistants, resident assistants, nurses. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I get to work with people like you, Jesse, and Emily and Jessica, people like you every day. And that's a huge highlight.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks, Bobby. How about you, Jessica? I'm gonna let you
what
close this off with those final thoughts of why
every
it is you love coming to work and doing what
well,
you
one,
do.
it's the company I work for, definitely, because it's a family. Like I feel like family here. Like we take care of each other. We make sure that we're okay. And so with us making sure that we're okay, we're able to go above and beyond our job. But again, the residents make me want to come here every day. And, it's like, oh, I can't wait to do the activity with them and see their smile on the face, or like sit outside and enjoy the weather. It's a rewarding job coming here to see them smile and, to live. basically. So, and
Yeah.
you hear their stories too. Man, I've learned so much from the residents of their like history and what they did for a living and just the evolution of life and everything. So it's again, it makes me want to come here every day. I'm excited.
That
It's a
is so
new adventure.
awesome. It is a new adventure.
Don't
And
know
that
what
is
kind of
so
adventure going
true.
on until you get to work, So
It,
Exactly.
it's
Every
always
day.
something different.
Mhm. And it is just cool. And I'm with both of you. I crave that interaction, and learning from different people, and finding those unique ways of how I can impact them, and they truly in return impact me. So I think all of those rewards far, far outweigh the challenges that certainly occur along the pathway of just the busyness of being a direct care provider. So with that, I think we'll end our episode. Thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you so much, Jess, for joining us today. Thanks everybody for listening.